I know why you're here. It's the question that brought you here. You know the question just as I did.
What is the Matrix?
No! What happened in Spain? Let's go!
All the information in this episode was taken out of Laurie's and Yuri's brains.
Enjoy! On this episode of Laurie and Jiri Go Wild, we will address our Spanish volunteering endeavours, our German family adventures, and what's coming up next for us, as well as for you.
If you've been with us since our first episode, you know that after Costa Rica, we had a non committal volunteering opportunity on a farm animal sanctuary in Spain called El Hogar.
Long story short, we didn't do it.
And there are several reasons for that.
Yeah, so in January, Allogar were actually going to be moving premises, and there was just quite a lot of uncertainty, and we were told to check back in with them once we got to Spain. And the way that they do their volunteer program is it's like a pay on arrival scheme, and it's like a trial period. So the maximum days you can book is like 15 days and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So we like at the time we were like, oh, that's really cool, because when we've set up our travel plans, we didn't actually know if we were going to be going, and we were like, okay, it's pay on arrival, so we can decide.
Yeah, we also didn't understand this whole trial period, but going through 3 projects now, we kind of understand like that's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like you can decide in those 2 weeks if you actually want to stay for like a long term, because you can do on this farm like 6 months and more.
Yeah.
It's like a big thing. So that's a really cool feature they have there. Yeah, so the second reason for was mainly this whole non-commitment contract. We actually went through quite of the application process nonetheless, though. So what we experienced was that we filled in an application. We got some response from them. Then we filled in, signed, and sent back their non-committal contract, which was quite strange. Signing something you don't even need to turn up for, really. And after that, we even had a WhatsApp call with their volunteer coordinator when we were still in Aberdeen. And she basically stressed some details about the placement. She wanted to make us aware about few things before we would be coming there, such as people going there not wanting to work some of the time. They would like to blog or do their Instagram, more than anything. I don't know. She gave a few examples of like people and the problems they were having there. They said some people had problem with hygiene there. Obviously, it's a farm environment, so you can imagine. And you're living closely with other people, so not everyone is gonna be suited for that. So she was just trying to tell us, look, you're not gonna be running about and petting animals all day. It's gonna be hard work, and there are some challenges ahead.
So, with all that information in mind, we just really felt like we wanted to have a holiday, and it was like a necessity for us. So, we were like, okay, so we might still do the volunteering, but like go for a holiday first in Spain. And we started researching like accommodation, and it was like super expensive. Like, I was so shocked. And also, we researched the weather temperature in we didn't realize like how cold it would be, and I was thinking, crap, like we've got no like warm clothing. Like we probably would have got away with the volunteering because we would be working, and like we don't have like we just basically didn't have like nice holiday clothes, and like the whole point of a holiday is to
But
like
even warm clothes,
feel good
yeah.
and feel relaxed. And yeah, so I was kind of like, okay, we've got no clothes, we're not going to be able to have a holiday before we get there. So that's like kind of what.
And it was really expensive.
Yeah.
All the hotels, everything in Barcelona at that time, and it was cold, so we didn't understand why is everything so expensive at that period
Yeah,
of time.
it really didn't make sense.
Yeah. So another reason was, to be super real with you, is we've just had enough after the 7 months of traveling and volunteering. You can imagine it's been 3 continents, all the flights and traveling and going from one place straight to another place.
Working our butts off.
So many meetings, so many people. It was just so much happening, right? And we just felt exhausted, and we needed to actually slow down and take it all in. We kind of realized we didn't have any of the integration of any of those experiences we should have.
Yeah. So that brings us to Germany and why we decided to come here. We researched the flights. So first off, the flights were super cheap, and we got a connection straight from Barcelona to Germany. So we spent literally 5 hours like in the airport in
Yeah.
Spain.
So what happened in Spain? Nothing happened in Spain actually.
Yeah. And Yuri's parents were happy to have us for 7 weeks. We have obviously saved like a huge amount of money because we don't need to pay any rent here. The only thing we pay for is towards the shopping. And it was just like a one-off unique opportunity to spend such a large amount of time with Yuri's family, because obviously like we stay in Scotland and we have jobs usually, and we're never able to have that amount of time. So it's just
Yeah,
we just wanted to take advantage of it.
we
Like
just spent like a week or max 2
2 weeks
maybe with them.
yeah,
So
for sure. Yeah, so we were like, okay, 7 weeks, we can save money, we can spend time with Yuri's family. We also did some other things. What else
yeah,
were we
we
doing?
we had to like the whole marriage status in my country, it's still unresolved, so because everything needs to be done in person in our councils and all the like institutions, so
They make it really complicated.
it's really complicated. So I've been trying to solve this for like since we were married actually, and they tell you to go to the consulate, and the consulate is telling you to go to like Czech Republic, and then they're like, it's so complicated. Everyone's throwing you about like a hot potato, but
Yeah,
we figured what to do now, and
we're in the process
we are in the
again.
process
Yeah.
of it. Yeah. So another thing we decided to do is to get a new laptop, so Laurie doesn't have an opportunity to slack another laptop we had, because I had this laptop. It was like 18-inch
A
screen.
spaceship.
It was like really. It had like 2 graphic cards. I used it at uni and stuff mainly, and yeah, she it was huge.
Yeah,
Like,
now we have a nice laptop. It's fine.
It's beautiful. So no comments there now, and we also want to update our CVs, and I need to make a portfolio website for my design work. So that's all happening.
Yeah, so we're doing all that, and we'll be researching some jobs and
Yeah,
things
so
like
we
that
are
soon.
super on it. So what's happening next then? Like, so personally, we are returning to Scotland at the end of March.
Yeah, and when we get there, I'm going to be looking after my mom's house and the pets for a few weeks because she's going to be going and seeing my dad in Brazil.
Yeah, and I will be going to London for a 10-day trim meditation retreat.
And
So,
break from me.
so it's gonna be my personal holiday. Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, and also we made the decision that once Yuri's back from his retreat and we're back on our feet a little bit, we're gonna try and move down to Dundee for a change. We just really love the city. Sean and Ruth are obviously down there. It's still close to Aberdeen. It's got tons of vegan options, and hopefully it's just gonna be like full of new exciting opportunities.
Yeah, and obviously all that depends on Brexit and what deal actually goes through, as it might affect me and working and staying in the UK, even though we are married. And
It basically means nothing.
yeah, there's some like advantages to it, but it doesn't kind of make it easier for you to get a citizenship. There's only like a 3-year period of time instead of 5-year period of time you need to be in the UK if you're married. But it's still like it's really expensive to apply for this. There's like a 2-tier process. It's quite complicated.
Yeah, but anyway,
And we never decided for it.
Yeah, and we've screwed ourselves over because it says like you're not allowed to be out of the country for like
More than 90 days in the last year, and more than 270 days in the past, like
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
or
and we
whatever.
travel a lot, and then obviously our recent plan really fucked us.
So we really don't know what's gonna happen to us, and what's gonna happen, but
Yeah,
we'll
so
see.
overall, being in Germany has been like a really smooth transition period for us, like returning back into society again. And even though like there's a lot of uncertainty in our future, we're still really hopeful. And if it all goes to shit, we're just gonna have to think of a plan B.
Yeah, like Alaska or
No.
Antarctic or something.
No, we'll think of something like
Mars. Yeah, so we'll see. And as for the podcast, you don't need to worry, as even though we are now out of volunteering, we still we'll still be making a lot of cool content about lessons learned from our journey and discuss many other topics such as veganism, minimalism, traveling, and our crazy lives in general. There is always something to talk about. We are crazy. Uh, so yeah, let's fasten the seatbelts and rock and roll.
So special thanks and shout outs goes to Jiri's mum and dad for having a lot of fun together here, cooking, playing games, and shopping.
Right. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or would just like to say hi, you can personal message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So this is it, guys. Have a lovely day, whatever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy, and wild. Much love, guys.
Bye.
Bye.